Well, welcome back to another Guns Contractors video. This one's going to be a little different, and I'm going to try and show you the process of how we go about building Chelsea Main Avenue Flower Show garden. So, mad process. This show, as you know, I get involved in this. I've done for the last 3 years, and I've done Hampton Court a couple of times as well. It's like the Olympics of landscaping, really. Just mad. People come from all over the world to play here and show off their skills. The level of workmanship is absolutely incredible, and the things that we do are just ridiculous. Planting huge trees, it all lasts for 6 days. It's madness, really. But I'm going to try and film as much as I can, little bits about how we kind of go about it, and show some of the, obviously, the machinery we use as well. There's a whole lot of kit here. So yeah, hopefully something a little different that you can enjoy. Not sure how much I can capture, but I'll do my best. So this year we are building a garden for Anne-Marie Powell. She's a fairly local designer to me down in Petersfield, Hampshire, and we are working in conjunction with the National Trust and Blue Diamond, who are the garden centre company, nursery company. And we're building Octavia Hill as garden. She was the founder of the National Trust a long time ago. Sorry for the noise, crazy busy. And we are right in the midst of it here. So I'll film what I can, just walking on stand now, and see what's happening. Chelsea Flower Show, day one. Got our marks for setting out. So we've got a nice square plot. And we're just starting reduce dig. So we've got some bulk digging to do to start with, and then we can trim it up later on. So Joe Smith is on the digger, I'm on the dumper. We're setting up at the house. It's looking good, looking busy already. Fair bit of digging to do. I reckon there's 180 tonne to dig yet, so pretty busy. Right, day two on the garden. Boundary fence is being built. Always working on that. This timber here represents kind of the build-up that we've got to do. So we're reinforcing that fence with 6x2, so we can back it up with soil, basically. You can see at the end there as well how it's kind of going to slope, sort of build up in that corner and slope off. This is dug out for our retaining walls. A bit of a weird way to do it, but that's how you do it with show gardens. It'll make more sense when you see the pieces. This is our pond. Comes in 2 big pieces of steel. You can see the yellow pins sort of set out the outside of that, and then you've got more pins in the middle, which is the building, and the outside pins are all the steps that will sort of come up and around that area into that higher area. So lots of digging going on. Looking pretty good. The back of the house is looking pretty good as well. There is rain coming later, so I don't think they're going to get our metal tin on the roof in time, so they're just going to put up a bit of temporary polythene. Anyway, lots going on. Yeah, some materials appearing as well, so going well. Let's hope we don't get too much rain later. We've got the morning of day 3. Boundary fencing wall is starting to go in, a little bit complicated. We decided we're going to do the cladding on the wall first and then get the L blocks in. This all forms the retainment. And you can see there are all our pads for the pond, so that's going. So that is the next job on the list.
off the deck.
So this is how your trees come when you're oh, go this way.
It does it, keep it going. Keep going like that, oh, you got that. Now, as soon as you pass that, try and lower her a little bit. Keep her like that, easy does it. You can come down a little, you can come down a little bit now. I'm watching your back, so don't worry, mate. Yeah, perfect. You're pretty much all clear now, mate. She's all yours, she's all yours.
Problem is, so this is how your trees come on a lorry. Ours are in pots this year, which makes them a little bit handier. Sometimes they're in root balls, which is all right. But they lay them down on their side and they put them in curtain siders so that they don't get wind scorched as they drive down the road. But it's quite a tricky operation. Got two of the lads here watching.
Stay that side. No, you stay that side, I'll stay this side, I'm all side.
And then what we need to do now is upright the tree, so then we can put it into place. Dan, don't forget to cut the strings off, mate. And a classic mistake is not to cut the tying strings off the tree before you upright it, because then you can't reach them, so try not to do that. But yeah, it's quite a tricky job this, and the bigger the trees, obviously the harder it is. We've got a couple of big ones to come off, you can just see in the screen. And this telehandler's got this terrible joystick set up where basically the telescopic's either on or off. I've just got a button, I haven't got any kind of proportional roller or... I mean really I prefer the twin sticks. That is for me the perfect JCB Lodal setup. Twin sticks, I don't think you can beat them, but it's what you get used to, I guess. But this on-off button is just awful for any delicate work. Very difficult. You know, they want you to inch it off slowly, and you can't. You've either got on or off. So, yeah, not the best. Anyway, the lad's going to take the string off here, and then we've got to upright this tree. Because obviously it's sat at a bit of an angle on the forks. And sometimes this takes all day. Not just for one tree, but you know the amount of trees that we need to take off. This is our second lorry today, but the more you handle them, you know, the more confident you get with it, and the easier it is, and the more sort of used to it you have. Sometimes you have to protect the boom or the tree from the boom, because you know you obviously only get one of these trees, and this is a show garden. You can't afford to damage them at all. They have to be, well, they have to look like they've been there forever. So it's quite a delicate operation.
No, this one's a pretty heavy one.
It does look it. I think I'm going to have to help you.
That's what I was about to say. What are you reckoning that as we kind of push / pull, that you can kind of give it a little...
Yeah, so I'm going to have to turn reverse and left so it swings that way.
Yeah, exactly that.
Because this is a big boy.
Indeed.
Something like that. So that works using the Toro as a bit of a brace just to push it on the forks. Then you've got to carefully manoeuvre one off tree. It's not great for visibility. down to where it's got to go. Which actually is better in reverse, because at least you can see where you're going when you're reversing. Whereas when you're driving forwards with these things on the front, you can't see a thing.
That's all good?
Constantly people walking behind you here. You can't see it on camera, but it is a nightmare for people walking behind reversing machines. Plus you get all this traffic, as you can see as well. Which is what it is here. Just get yourself out of the way. That's why you always have somebody with you helping you out. It's a busy old job. Anyway, another 2 trees to go. Day 4 on the garden. First thing in the morning. Didn't film anything yesterday. It was really wet and horrible. So didn't really get any filming done. But 3 trees are in. Pretty much in their final place. A little bit of tweaking, no doubt. The event's just holding that one down there. We just built that up on crates to get it up to the right level for now. Pond is in. Got this grill in yesterday. A couple of paving pads are going in. That's all lining up quite nicely. A few little tweaks to do. These are all on steel frames, so we can lift them out again and they'll go to their new final destination like that. So you're not wasting concrete or laying and relaying stuff, and it saves a lot of time. All this was pre-built in the yard and craned in. A few more to come as well in the next few days. This one's not in its final location yet, but it made sense to bring it on the lorry, so that's just there as a temporary. Anyway, retaining walls in, steel all got washed and finished. Yeah, we're doing okay. Today looks like it's going to be sunny. Bring it on. So it's day 6 on site, and the guys are getting a step in here, down to this paving pad. The wall bespoke carved wall is in place now. That's going to form like a retaining wall, and I've got to build up all the area kind of behind that, around that tree, etc. So that's probably going to be this afternoon's job. And we're just getting this roof in position here, canopy, which is going to look absolutely great when we've done it. So yeah, that's currently what we're up to, and I am in the Forks. This is a JCB 53595 with 600 hours on it, and I don't know what JCB have done with this. A quick review: these two buttons are awful for telescopic in and out, absolutely dreadful. You just have no finesse at all with it. Otherwise, steering lock is amazing, and there is a lot of tight space around here. We are just about squeezed in between what will become tray stands next week. So busy. I was just bolting this up now, and yeah, that's what we're up to. Lots going on. So join us, day 11. It's been a few days since I last did an update. It's been pretty busy, and it's been a bit difficult to film, and some of it's been largely sort of samey. But things are progressing well in the garden. I am just digging out for the last tree pit. We've built it sort of in sequence really, so that we can come out of the garden and not block ourselves in with machinery. In front of me with the barriers is that's the hole for the irrigation tank that I put in earlier today. So that has to be lower than the pond, and everything then pumps back to that up to this top tank, and the water feature is now starting to go in, as you can see, with the black liner there. Guys are at the back doing the paths, and we've got a few more trees in. It's starting to get some plants, a few hedging plants, plenty down this back side here. So lots going on. I am currently just expanding this hole. There's been a discussion about exactly where this tree should go. So rather than digging a tree pit that's the exact size, or just a little bit bigger than what we need, we're going to dig it much bigger than what we need, so that there is a bit of scope to move it potentially towards that paving, and then the canopy can kind of spread out. So sometimes you have a drawing and you get things set out and you can be accurate, but at the end of the day it has to look right. And yeah, that's something that you don't know until you put it in place. And we have moved a couple of trees around the last few days, just to make sure that we've got the right feel for the garden, or things are interacting with each other in the right way. And that's something really that only the designer can decide. So you put it in place to the drawing, just have to kind of go with it when it changes. Anyway, sun's out now, nice and warm. In fact, it's rather hot, to be honest. We haven't had these sort of temperatures, and yeah, it does make it a bit of a melting pot slightly. There's not a lot of shade here, and yeah, temperatures are up. I'd say the same with yeah, people's moods are also a bit frayed after, you know, what is it? Well, I think it's been 11 days, solid long hours. We've done some long hours on this one. Well, you always do, but that's what it is when you work in here. We've been pushing on till well into 8 o'clock in the evening, and that does takes a bit of a toll on people's tempers, but we've largely all got on very well actually this time. And I mean, in terms of programme, it's been very well organised, and fair play to the team at the landscaping consultants for making it like that, really. I mean, it does take a team effort. I was involved a little bit in some of the planning, particularly when it comes to obviously the logistics and the moving and the digging, etc. But yeah, these guys have done well with getting it all together, getting the delivery schedules in. We were all concerned about delivery schedules this year, and you know, to be fair, it's not really been a problem. You know, things have come in at the right time, and yeah, stuff's been okay. We did have, in terms of machinery, etc., we've suffered a little bit with the 9-metre telehandler. It's sometimes just not quite big enough. We've been able to borrow one, a larger one, just to put some of these larger features in. And I've got plenty of wooden blocks in front of me that have got to go in yet. I think we'll have to borrow a slightly bigger telehandler, but overall I think we picked pretty much the right gear to do the job. We have had some issues. The dumper has been doing its best. Some Mechalek 6-ton dumper. It's only got 300 hours on it, but it's been doing its best to go into limp mode for pretty much any reason. And I've managed to keep it out of limp mode. We had a handbrake test which we needed to perform, which would have been fine if the manual would have been with it and told us how to do it. But that was on a bank holiday Monday, I think, and it's trying to get us to do a handbrake test no one knows how to do and whatever. Yeah, not the easiest, but we've got over that. I now know how to do it, and in fact I've made a video on that I'll be putting on my channel, so poor people in the future who go to Google it like I did can at least find my video, because there's absolutely nothing on it of how to do this handbrake test, and if you don't do it, it goes to limp mode. Which is great. The other thing it's done, it's got some random thing where sometimes you start it up and it just decided to be in limp mode. Luckily turning it off, pulling the power out of it, putting it back on, so you can get it back going again. So yeah, it does raise the question about dumpers, and there's just too much technology on them for what they are, and it's just not reliable enough. The way you have to run them with turning them on and off all the time, you know, it doesn't help the dumper, the engine. You know, it's just a very difficult environment, and yeah, ECUs and various bits of emissions technology, they just don't like it, and it goes wrong, sadly. The other thing that's been going wrong is the brand new Avant 860. That's lost the entire joystick buttons, it's lost telly out, it's lost yeah, all of the features on that. Luckily you can still use the telly in and out with it's got like a hydraulic kind of lever to do it as well, which works. But yeah, she's lost it on the joystick, which is annoying when you're obviously trying to operate it. And yeah, you have to take your hand off the joystick to use the little hydraulic override. But that's kept it going. It's also got a small hydraulic leak, which hasn't been the worst, but yeah, just little things. You know what brand new machines are like. Yeah, new machines and old machines will always go wrong, right? But it'll get us through the build, and that's the important bit. So yeah, that's where we're at currently. We've got another good day of build ahead. After today is one more day, and then it's over to the planting team. Which way are you going, Jake? It's pretty tight working here. There is always somebody near you, around you. Yeah, tough place to work, and after 13 hours it's very tiring. Anyway, I need to empty the dumper. This tree pit is looking close, although I found an old concrete footing down there which somebody very naughtily has left for me. See if that height's alright, and if not, go and break it out, because I'm not sure I'll pull it out. It does look like a bit of a wide footing. Anyway, this dumper is definitely loaded up now, so I need to go and get rid of that, and yeah, measure things up. I will try and record the next stage when the planting team get here. Day 14. Water tank is down there, buried deep. Water feature coming together. Plants starting to go in. Planting is looking much more complete up the back. Got this front edge to do, been reduced digging here today. Lots going on. It is 10 to 8 in the evening and look how many people are still working away. Dan's feeling happy about it. Busy times.
Another day in the life.
Keep going. Well, day 18 on the garden. I think it's day 18. Lost track of time, to be honest. Planting is going on fiercely at the front. There is an awful lot to do still. Once this is all planted, we've got detailing that's going on. There's cleaning going on. There's people all over. This back section is pretty much finished. But as you can see, the water artisans are in. We've got to clear this pond up. It's too murky, so that's going to be suctioned out, vacuumed, cleaned. This is what Wayno's working on now. Bunky's in there too. Yeah, plenty to do. Kate's here oiling benches. They're looking really good now. Now that's all situated here. All those wooden walls, all hand carved. It's absolutely brilliant. And all hands around the back, building our doors for our back of house. All around here. This is where we live when we're not working. Fridges. So Ilan's building the door, and I am sadly sweeping trackway. But that's what it needs today. Lots to do. So we've got a bit of a last minute situation here. What are we? Less than 24 hours before judging, and we've got a tree, luckily at the front, that's got to come out. It's not happy, and it's starting to, its leaves are curling, and it's not looking healthy. So the shout's been made to rip it out. We've got another tree coming. It's on a lorry currently on its way to us. So I've just been digging around this tree and found the old straps. We always leave the straps on it for easy for breakdown anyway. But in this instance, it's turned out that yeah, it's been handy for us to remove it. So they're really wet, these root balls. They get really soft because they've been irrigated, obviously. And so this could be a heavy old thing. Certainly be a lot heavier than it was when it went in the ground. And at this late on in the show, it's yeah, it's a bit embarrassing to have to pull a tree out, but that's where it is. So we're just going to pluck this out of the ground, and we've got to knock it over, wrap it up, and yeah, get it on the lorry that's imminently coming on its way with a new tree. Then we've got to pick the other tree up and obviously get it in unwrapped and get it in the hole. Amazing what goes on, isn't it? So there's a bit of a deadline on this. That's our hole ready for the new tree. Can't do any of this planting until this tree is in. This is my telehandler, and this is my new tree. So got her off the lorry, and we've got her strapped up, ready to go in. I reckon this will be the hand at the back, this side, so I should be able to come in from the front, lift her in, and get it back in the hole. Well, that's the plan anyway.